My first admission to a psychiatric hospital. This is a tricky one. It's basically was my grandmother's decision. I had been in a building site on the Ring Road in County Kilkenny city centre, just on the Ring Road boat return near the watershed, just to the right, past Glanbia. There was a building site and it said no trespassing. And I went in there and I walked around the gardens of these unfinished homes. And I figured out that there was a recession and that I couldn't afford the houses that were being unfinished due to lack of investment. And I had a good look at them and I climbed up the drain pipe and I went into the window of one. There was no window, it was just an open square. And I got in and I had a phone and the battery was running low. Anyway, eventually I called home and I walked home and I had a bit of tinfoil in my pocket and I put it up to my phone and I got a higher signal using the tinfoil and I thought this was a message from God. But it wasn't, it was just the tinfoil making my reception better. I thought it was a miracle that I could get reception to call home. Because there was no reception in the building site. Anyway, I walked home and there was all mud in my pants because when I was in the building site, I saw a puddle of mud and I said, I can't do it, I can't afford these houses. I went face down in the mud and a man picked me up by the t-shirt and he gave me a dig in the stomach because he said, no, don't commit suicide. There's an alternative. You can go to the HSE. And it wasn't long before I explained this to my grandmother and she said, oh, suicide attempt. Isn't this drug you're on? I think I was on a Abilify from the GP and it could have been a suicide attempt due to the drug of aripiprazole. I remember standing up on a building in the building site and looking at my mother's school and light came on and it was a caretaker or some kind of cleaner or something, night shift. And they must have spotted me on the top of the roof of this unfinished house. And I climbed down carefully and I started to panic. I said, I have to get out here. This is illegal. Zoning laws, trespassing. Yeah, I'm guilty of that. But I wasn't in my right mind, so it diminished responsibility. It was a joke that made me walk so far. And I didn't really understand English. I couldn't read the signs. No trespassing. I couldn't understand this. So that's a bit story of Abilify. I was taken to a hospital and I ran through the doors. They're magnetically locked doors and I have this scar on my forehead, if you can see it there. A scar. I ran through the doors and I hurt my head. And I got out and I said, I'll pick up a knife and I'll keep stabbing anyone that gets in my way. I was taken back to the seclusion room and injected. Probably with Ativan and Abilify short acting. That was in 2001. So in 2020, I'm in Highfield under the coronavirus, and I'm being treated for psychosis. Reagila is the best treatment for psychosis with the best long-term outcome, better than clozapine in terms of long-term outcome. And I'm trying to get this. I'm talking to a solicitor now in Dublin about getting this drug from the doctor. The doctor isn't really responsive. In fairness to her, she's in line with the TrueHope.com protocols of using zuclopentixel, but I didn't want the injection, I wanted the tablets. But regular, I wanted to try it. I think it's a good one for psychosis, bipolar depression, mania, and bipolar schizophrenia. Better side effects profile than the typical antipsychotics. Like you can tell from this video, I have a shake in my hand, for a tremor in my hands, which is a symptom of Parkinsonism or brain cell death, apoptosis. So, did I learn my lesson? Yes, I did. No trespassing. Stay in within the law. And be good to each other.